The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. Zephaniah 3:17. 4. The verse says that God will no longer rebuke his people. What does this mean? How does this relate to God's love and grace? The depiction of God as a mighty warrior who saves relates to his love and grace in several ways. Firstly, it shows that God is not only powerful, but also compassionate and actively intervenes to rescue and deliver his people. His love and grace are demonstrated through his willingness to protect and save those who trust in him. This title signifies God's commitment to standing with his people in their times of difficulty, offering them a sense of security and hope. Even in the midst of judgment, God's ultimate aim is the restoration and well-being of his people. This conveys the idea that God's love and grace extend beyond mere forgiveness to encompass active protection, guidance, and deliverance. In essence, the imagery of God as a mighty warrior who saves reinforces the understanding that God's love and grace are not passive, but actively engaged in the care and rescue of his people. 5. The image of God rejoicing over his people with singing is a beautiful one. What does this tell us about God's character and his relationship with his people? How does this compare to other images of God in the Bible? The portrayal of God as a mighty warrior who saves in Zephaniah 3 reveals several aspects of God's character and his relationship with his people. It depicts God as powerful, protective, and actively involved in the lives of his followers, demonstrating a strong sense of care, compassion, and commitment to their well-being. This image highlights God's willingness to fight for his people, to intervene on their behalf, and to provide them with hope and deliverance. It showcases his active role in ensuring their safety and ultimately bringing about their restoration. In comparison to other images of God in the Bible, we see various facets of his character. For instance, in the New Testament, we also encounter the image of God as a loving father, as shown in the parable of the prodigal son and other teachings of Jesus. This emphasizes God's unconditional love, forgiveness, and desire for a close familial relationship with his people. Furthermore, in the book of Psalms, we find God depicted as a shepherd, symbolizing his guidance, protection, and provision for his people. This image emphasizes God's intimate involvement in leading and caring for his followers. Overall, the portrayal of God as a mighty warrior who saves in Zephaniah 3 offers a unique perspective on God's character, one that highlights his active role in protecting and delivering his people. 6. Reflect on your own relationship with God. How does this verse speak to you personally? Do you feel that God takes great delight in you and rejoices over you with singing? Why or why not? The idea of God taking great delight in them and rejoicing over them with singing can be incredibly meaningful and comforting. Believing in the depth of God's love and finding assurance in his joy can provide a strong sense of purpose, worth, and security. For some, this concept might resonate deeply, fostering feelings of being cherished and valued by God. It can offer solace and encouragement in times of doubt or struggle, serving as a reminder of God's unwavering affection and care. On the other hand, some people might find it challenging to fully embrace this notion due to personal struggles, doubts, or past experiences. It's important to recognize that individual perceptions of God's love can vary, and some may need time and support to come to terms with such a profound and intimate expression of divine care.